Shalom, good morning. Welcome.
Shalom, good morning, Boker Tov.
Boker Tov. So welcome back to the study. We just finished the book of Shemot last week, and we are studying a new book, and it's Vayikra, and the Parshah is called Vayikra. So, pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and say the blessing, and we'll begin. We're reading chapter 1 and 2 of Vayikra, which is Leviticus. So we're reading the first two chapters, and this is relating to more instructions for the Cohen and the Levite. Okay, so let's read the blessing, and we'll begin. Baruch hu et Yahweh HaMorak.
Baruch Yahweh Hambora Leolam Baed.
Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol hamim v'natalanu et Torato.
Baruch atah Yahweh Noten Torah. Amen.
Amen. Okay, let me share my screen. And you guys can follow along. Here we go. Okay. So Vayikra chapter 1, it's Leviticus chapter 1, and we'll read chapter 2 as well. And it reads, And Yahweh called to Moshe and spoke to him from the tent of meeting, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, When any one of you brings an offering to Yahweh, you bring your offering of the livestock, of the herd, or of the flock. If his offering is a burnt offering of the herd, let him bring a male, a perfect one. Let him bring it at the door of the tent of meeting for his acceptance before Yahweh. And he shall lay his hand on the head of the burnt offering, and it shall be accepted on his behalf to make atonement for him. And he shall slaughter the bull before Yahweh, and the sons of Aaron the priest shall bring the blood and sprinkle the blood all around on the altar, which is at the door of the tent of meeting. And he shall skin the burnt offering and cut it into pieces. And the sons of Aaron the priest shall put fire on the altar and lay the wood in order on the fire. And the sons of Aaron the priest shall arrange the pieces with the head and the fat on the wood which is on the fire on the altar. But its entrails and its legs he washes with water, and the priest shall burn all of it on the altar as a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahweh. Okay, I read to verse 9. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
Parashat Vayikra, Perek Aleph. Vayikra el Moshe, וידבר אדוני אליו מאוהל מועד לאמור. דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם. אדם כי יקריב מכם קורבן לאדוני, מן הבהמה, מן הבקר ומן הצאן, תקריבו את קורבנכם. אם עולה קורבנו מן הבקר, זכר תמים יקריבנו, אל פתח אוהל מועד יקריב אותו לרצונו לפני אדוני. ושמח ידו על ראש העולה, ונרצה לו לכפר עליו. ושחט את בן הבקר לפני אדוני, והקריבו בני אהרון הכהנים את הדם, וזרקו את הדם על המזבח סביב, אשר פתח אוהל מועד. והפשיט את העולה, וניתח אותך מנתחיה. ונתנו בני אהרון הכהן אש על המזבח, וערכו עצים על האש. וערכו בני אהרון הכהנים את הנתחים, את הראש ואת הפדר, על העצים אשר על האש, אשר על המזבח. וקרבו ופרעיו ירחץ במים, והקטיר הכהן את הכל המזבחה, עולה אישי ריח ניחוח לאדוני.
Okay, so that was to verse 9. And also just a reminder, I sent some of the key words that you're going to hear like repeated a couple of times and that can help some vocabulary. I sent it in the email, and I'll try to put it in the description on Wednesday also. So, but you can get that from your email and kind of follow along. That might help. Okay, so let's continue with verse 10. So it says, and if his offering is from the flock, from the sheep, or from the goat as a burnt offering, let him bring a male, a perfect one, and he shall slaughter it on the north side of the altar before Yahweh. And the sons of Aaron, the priest, shall sprinkle its blood on the altar all around, and he shall cut it into pieces with its head and its fat, and the priest shall arrange them on the wood which is on the fire on the altar. But the entrails and the legs he washes with water, and the priest shall bring it all and burn it on the altar. It is a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahweh. And if the burnt offering of his offering to Yahweh is of birds, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves or young pigeons. And the priest shall bring it to the altar, and shall wring off its head, and burn it on the altar, and its blood shall be drained out at the side of the altar. And he shall remove its crop with its feathers, and throw it beside the altar, on the east side, into the place for ashes. And he shall split it at its wings, but not sever it. And the priest shall burn it on the altar, on the wood that is on the fire. It is a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahweh. Okay. That was to verse 17. And that's the end of the chapter, of chapter 1. So let's hear that in the Hebrew.
ואם מן הצום קורבנו, מן הכסבים או מן העזים לעולה, זכר תמים יקריבנו. ושחט אותו על ירך המזבח, צפונה לפני אדוני. וזרקו בני אהרון הכהנים את דמו על המזבח סביב. וניתח אותו לנתחיו, ואת ראשו ואת סדרו, וערך הכהן אותם על העצים אשר על האש, אשר על המזבח. והקרב והקרעיים ירחץ במים, והקריב הכהן את הכל, והקטיר המזבחה, עולהו, אישי ריח ניחוח לאדוני. ואם מן העוף עולה קורבנו לאדוני, והקריב מן התורים או מן בני היונה את קורבנו. והקריבו הכהן אל המזבח, ומלט את ראשו, והקטיר המזבחה, ונמצא דמו על קיר המזבח. והסיר את מוראתו בנוצתה, והשליך אותך אצל המזבח קדמה, אל מקום הדשן. ושיסע אותו בכנפיו, לא יבדיל, והקטיר אותו הכהן המזבחה על העצים אשר על האש. עולהו, אישי ריח ניחוח לאדוני.
Okay, so that's the end of the first chapter, and we're going to read chapter 2. Let's go ahead and go to that, and it's also a short chapter, so that won't take us very long. So let's go to chapter 2.
פרק ב'.
Okay. Leviticus chapter 2, Vayikra chapter 2. And when anyone brings a grain offering to Yahweh, his offering is to be a fine flour, and he shall pour oil on it and put frankincense on it, and he shall bring it to the sons of Aaron the priest, and he shall take from it his hand filled with fine flour and oil, with all the frankincense, and the priest shall burn it as a remembrance portion on the altar, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahweh. And the rest of the grain offering is for Aaron and his sons, most set apart of the offerings to Yahweh by fire. And when you bring as an offering a grain offering baked in the oven, it is of unleavened cakes of fine flour, mixed with oil, or unleavened thin cake anointed with oil. But if your offering is a grain offering on the griddle, it is a fine flour, unleavened, mixed with oil. Divide it into bits and pour oil on it. It is a grain offering. And if your grain offering is a grain offering in a stewing pot, it is made of fine flour with oil. And you shall bring to Yahweh the grain offering that is made of these, and shall present it to the priest, and he shall bring it to the altar. And the priest shall take from the grain offering a remembrance portion and burn it on the altar, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahweh. I read to verse 9. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
בנפש כי תקריב קורבן מנחה לאדוני, סולת יהיה קורבנו. ויצק עליה שמן, ונתן עליה לבונה. והביאה אל בני אהרון הכהנים, וקמץ משם מלוא חומצו, מסולתך ומשמנך, על כל לבונתך. והקטיר הכהן את אזכרתך המזבחה, אישי ריח ניחוח לאדוני. והנותרת מן המנחה לאהרון ולבניו, קודש קודשים מאישי אדוני. וכי תקריב קורבן מנחה מעשה תנור, סולת חלות מצות דלולות בשמן, ורקיקי מצות משוחים בשמן. ואם מנחה על המחבת קורבניך, סולת דלולה בשמן מצה תהיה. פתות אותך פיתים, ויצקת עליה שמן, מנחה היא. ואם מנחת מרחשת קורבניך, סולת בשמן תעשה. והבאת את המנחה אשר יעשה מאלה לאדוני, והקריבך אל הכהן, והגישך אל המזבח. והרים הכהן מן המנחה את אזכרתך, והקטיר המזבחה, אישי ריח ניחוח לאדוני.
Okay, and verse 10. And the rest of the grain offering is for Aaron and his sons, most set apart of the offering to Yahweh made by fire. No grain offering which you bring to Yahweh is made with leaven, for you do not burn any leaven or any honey in an offering to Yahweh made by fire. Bring them to Yahweh as an offering of the first fruits, but they are not burned on the altar for a sweet fragrance. And season with salt every offering of your grain offering, and do not allow the salt of the covenant of your Elohim to be lacking from your grain offering. With all your offerings you bring salt. And if you bring a grain offering of your first fruits to Yahweh, bring for the grain offering of your first fruits green heads of grain roasted on the fire, crushed heads of new grain. And you shall put oil on it, and lay frankincense on it. It is a grain offering. And the priest shall burn the remembrance portion from its crushed grain, and from its oil, with all the frankincense, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. Okay, let's hear verse 10 to the end of the chapter.
והנותרת מן המנחה לאהרון ולבניו, קודש קודשים מאישי אדוני. כל המנחה אשר תקריבו לאדוני, לא תעשה חמץ, כי כל שאור וכל דבש, לא תקטירו ממנו אישי לאדוני. קורבן ראשית תקריבו אותם לאדוני, ואל המזבח לא יעלו לריח ניחוח. וכל קורבן מנחתך במלח תמלח, ולא תשבית מלח ברית אלוהיך מעל מנחתך. על כל קורבנך תקריב מלח. ואם תקריב מנחת ביקורים לאדוני, אביב כלוי באש, גרס כרמל תקריב את מנחת ביקורך. ונתת עליה שמן, ושמת עליה לבונה, מנחה היא. והקטיר הכהן את אזכרתך מגרסך ומשמנך, על כל לבונתך אישה לאדוני.
Okay, and that is the end of chapter 2. We'll continue with the rest of the parasha on Wednesday, and Friday we'll conclude. Is there anything anybody wants to add or mention?
Yes, I would like to say that every element that is mentioned, like the grain offering, the wheat and the elements, the salt, for example, a shadow of the things to come, right? Like the wheat represents the good fruit, the good people, Yahweh's people. The salt, it's us as well, because it's represented. It represents goodness, something that preserves, that that gives flavor to this world. So it's all shadows of the things to come, right? And how sometimes with the animal sacrifices, people had complained, oh, rivers of blood and rivers of animals, but they don't see that we cause that with sin, and that when the Lamb of Yah, the perfect sacrifice, was presented, no more of that was required. So he purchased, our souls with the Lamb of Yah. So it's a very intricate, explanation what is required, but just in simple terms, I just wanted to say that, everything is needed just to, in a way, pay a price, a little one, for the requirements that are needed to quench the fire, to say. I don't know if I didn't put it in the correct terms.
No, that's very good. Thank you for mentioning that and for commenting that. Very nice. We agree wholeheartedly.
We thank Yahweh and Yeshua for paying the price for us.
Okay. If there's no other comments, we can go ahead and say the blessing to close. I can do that. Okay. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betocheinu.
Baruch atah Yahweh
Noten
HaTorah.
Amen.
Okay, thank you guys, and we'll continue on Wednesday with chapter 3. And we're going to continue doing the keywords, like the vocabulary, so you can kind of hear it and read at the same time. Okay, we'll see you guys.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Have a blessed day.